What's up, everyone? The veto ceremony has taken place, but was the veto used, guys, is what you're about to find out, as well as all of the latest game updates from the Big Brother 22 house, because things are heating up as the triple eviction is coming fast, guys. So welcome to your live feed update. Just before we start this video, guys, I will kindly ask if you can hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button, guys, and you can also hit the bell to get notified every single time a new video gets uploaded. Okay, so jumping straight into the veto ceremony, Cody has decided not to use the power of veto, leaving David and Kevin on the block to fight it out. I'm pretty sure we all knew that was going to happen, and I think it's only a matter of time now before the cracks in the committee and the big alliance really do show in this house, and this triple eviction is going to be the catalyst that basically just makes everything go kaboom, essentially. But I think it's very, very likely that Kevin's going to be the one heading out the door first. He will be the first victim of the triple, but obviously there's lots more game to discuss because we've got to find out who the next two victims of the triple eviction are actually going to be. So straight after the veto ceremony, Cody and Christmas Abbott, come on down. That sounded so weird the way I said that, guys. It sounded like The Price is Right. Come on down, let's go. You are playing The Price is Right. Do you know what? The house might as well have been The Price is Right this week with all the money that's being won. We've got Tyler and Dani winning 5k each. We've got David winning the 10k. Everyone's competing against each other. It's crazy stuff, guys. But obviously this isn't The Price is Right. This is Big Brother. But it's just the way I said Christmas there sounded like I was about to say come on down. But Cody and Christmas were discussing the nominations afterwards, and Christmas is obviously very, very tight with Cody, and you know she's agreeing. What Cody wants is key. She's been the sort of one of the main people this season who's been pushing for do what the HOH wants, and that's exactly what Christmas has been pushing. And I think she wants Kevin out for that reason, and she's sworn off everything with Kevin. She pretty much had a bit of a moment earlier on in the week where she was like, Kevin, you screwed your own game over. You're by yourself now. I'm not helping you. And either way, Christmas and Tyler have a little bit of a side deal going where they're planning to betray the committee and not put David up should one of them win HOH on Thursday night. They would like Dani and Nicole out of the game first. So obviously definite fireworks and explosions are going to happen on Thursday night if one of them two wins HOH. Also, in that conversation, Christmas and Cody were talking about Dani and Nicole and how they feel slightly threatened by them in the game, and you know, they're sort of just getting to the end of the tether with them, and they're sort of a bit impatient, a bit sick of the way that they are going on compared to the rest of the committee, and as a result they are sort of happy to maybe cut ties with them very, very soon. I think they want to essentially finish the job first though and get rid of David and Kevin from the outer members of the big alliance, and then they can start to go to work on Dani and Nicole. But we know what Christmas's real intentions are. But Cody and Christmas said that they would like to go to the end together, so they sort of solidified a bond there. For sure Cody's not going to take Christmas to the end, and Christmas isn't going to take Cody to the end, but it's reassurance that makes them feel safe for a couple more weeks whilst Kevin and David maybe get picked off, as well as Dani and Nicole. Kevin said to David that he may get dragged to the end, he being David, as part of the old classic take the weakest player to the final two move so you can easily win against them in the jury. And you know, I mean, I think it's fair to say David is probably the weakest player in the house currently. He's not playing amazingly, but he's not playing terribly. I'll say that. I'm not going to discredit him for it, but at the same time I think taking David to the final two would be a safe bet to take the 500 G's home with you, because I'd say David is probably the easiest to beat, potentially Kevin, but obviously Kevin's going to be out the door. But David's pretty much sure, you know, he said everyone's made their minds up, 90% of who's going home this week, and he knows it's going to be Kevin as well, so he doesn't really need to campaign that much because he doesn't want to rub people up. He doesn't want to rub people up the wrong way. And also as well, going into this eviction, if he wants to make it out alive, I mean, he can actually put some trust into Christmas and Tyler. Maybe he can go to them, make some sort of deal. I know he doesn't know that they're not going to be targeting him, but you know, it's an opportunity for him to strike and make some good relationships whilst Tyler and Christmas are duking it out with the rest of the committee. It's exciting times, and I'm very, very excited to see how it's going to blow up. Could David be actually in a better position than what he is now? Because now he's probably second from the bottom at the house, and then going into this triple eviction, if Christmas or Tyler wins HOH, he probably goes up maybe 2 or 3 notches in the rankings of sitting safely and some power in the house. So we'll see how things change up, because you know, having 3 more people out of the house is 100% for sure going to shake up the dynamics of the house. Cody was telling Enzo it didn't make sense for him to target Christmas this week because he knows that Dani and Nicole are trying to get Christmas out, and Christmas is trying to get Dani and Nicole out. So for sure, even though this is going to the eviction, I mean, I think Cody believes that Christmas will, you know, take care of the rest of the outsiders from the big alliance first. So I think he's assuming that David's going to be the target immediately. But I think Christmas, or what he doesn't know, is that Christmas is actually going to strike while the iron is hot and try and get Dani and Nicole out before David. So it's going to come as a tad bit of a surprise to him. But Cody and Enzo said that they are happy, you know, because I think that their assumption is that David's going to go first, and then they'll be sort of sitting whilst Christmas and Tyler are maybe going for Dani and Nicole. Dani and Nicole are going for Christmas and Tyler potentially, and they're just sitting in the middle. And to be honest, I would say Cody probably has more of a target than Enzo, but I think a few people are sort of thinking Enzo is this player who you can also take to the end as someone to easily beat. But whereas on the outside, I feel like a lot of people are viewing Enzo as playing one of the best games. You know, nobody has targeted him yet. He's won many comps, and he's made some good moves. And do you know what? I know people say, you know, oh, he made the wrong move taking Kesa out, or whatever week that was. I think it was week 4. I think he was the one who took Kesa out. At the end of the day, you know, even though it wasn't perceived as a great move at a time, I mean, Kesa is a Big Brother legend, and you know, there's two people in the house that can say they took out an essential Big Brother legend, and that's Tyler taking out Janelle and Enzo taking out Kesa. Even though it didn't look like a big move, you've still taken out a Big Brother legend for your game resume. There was a point in the day in which Cody and David was sat in the backyard, and Cody made David count basically to save his life with the veto. He was sort of like, you know, you've got 10 seconds to tell me why, and he was going 10, 9, 8, 7, yada yada yada. Then he goes, you failed miserably, and he was sort of saying all this stuff, and to me it did come across as quite like he was teasing him. Wasn't the best way to go about it when you've got the veto, really. I think it's a bit patronising, and yeah, I haven't really got that much respect for that, to be honest, guys. I just think the way he said it, and it wasn't even like a real chance. And then he said he was kidding, but it's not really something to kid about. The way he said it, it was sort of just like he gave him like a few seconds, then was like, you failed miserably. It was, yeah, I think he could have dealt with that in a little bit, like in a better fashion, or just not even said it at all. Dani said to Christmas she could not believe that they have made the final 6, and she says, you know, a couple more evictions to go and they will be seen as the greatest alliance of all time. Now, that's obviously Dani's opinion, and I'm pretty sure the viewers have a different one, guys, but let me know what you think about Dani's opinion of the committee being the greatest alliance of all time. Christmas was talking to the camera at one point, saying she has her final 2 deal with Tyler still, that she is honoured from the start, but she feels that Tyler has been dishonouring the game this season by wanting to quit multiple times, so she is finding it hard to sort of wrap her head around this relationship that she can get with Tyler going into the final 2. Does she really want to honour it? Because if Tyler hasn't been honouring the game, in her opinion, she doesn't know if she wants to honour this alliance. It seems as though it's pretty tight between the two of them, and I think Tyler would probably beat Christmas in the final 2. I think it would be difficult for Christmas to beat Tyler, although she seems to have played well on a social level, Christmas, but at the same time I feel like Tyler's a more well-rounded Big Brother player. But at the same time, you've got to filter in, just like Christmas said, Tyler has tried to quit a couple of times, so that could affect some jury votes, but we never know, guys, and we don't even know if Christmas is going to honour this. But for me, in my opinion, I think if Tyler and Christmas were the final 2, I believe Tyler would take the win. Memphis tells Dani that he is finding it a bit hard to process this week, because we know week after week after week he's been trying to get David out, but he's failed when he has been in power to try and do so. But at the same time, he's told Dani, you know, he understands that Kevin's going this week, but he said no matter what, we'll be getting David out next week. It may be true, but you know what? I don't think anything's going to prepare Memphis for this triple eviction, because even if Christmas or Tyler wins the HOH, he's going to expect them to put up David, and it's going to annoy him very, very much when he finds out that they're not actually going to be targeting David. If we flip things on the other side, Memphis and Dani were discussing what happens if David actually wins the HOH and comes out of nowhere, because we know there's a track record in Big Brother double the night eviction sort of histories, that sort of thing, where, you know, the people with their backs against the wall often come through and win a little something, and things get flipped on the head and everyone scrambles, everyone goes into panic mode. But they've both said that, you know, if David wins HOH, they believe that both of them will find themselves on the block. Memphis and Dani will be nominated. Now, I feel like Memphis will definitely be one. It's likely Dani would be a nomination, but we just don't know. David might just go totally rogue and do something that we don't expect. We just don't know yet, guys. I think it's very likely he will target Memphis, though. That is all of your game updates for today, folks. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I appreciate you all coming by, and I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed this video, because I had a thoroughly good time making it, guys, as I do every single day. Thank you for everyone's continued support. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much times 100, guys. But there's a few fun things in the description, guys, if you'd like to check that out. You can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and also you can become a patron of TV Talks with Tom, guys. So check out the description for a few fun interactive things there. But guys, thank you very, very much, everyone, for watching. As I said before, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.